Hello everybody, welcome back to QuestJunkiesUK for tonight's exciting episode of the Rhódania Chronicles. Say hi, guys!
Hi guys!
Hi guys!
Oh, we are so thrilled to be with you at the start of another week of storytelling courtesy of these fine folk that I keep company with. And look at that, straight out of the bat! McClover making sure we get all those spins of the Wheel of Chaos out of the way. Thank you so much. You are not prepared to lose your title, are you, McClover? Your generosity knows no bounds. Thank you so much. So that is everybody, including me, for a spin of the Wheel of Chaos. So that will be the first NPC that you meet. I'm not quite sure who that's going to be yet, so we'll find out. But before all that, let me get my introductions out of the way so we can get straight into the fun. And yes, actually, we do have in our intro scene and on the break screen later, if you didn't notice it already, we might have some new art in the art reel from a certain Charlie_5. Surprise! You're a featured artist. So keep a lookout for that later on if you missed it earlier. So, yes. Right, let's get our introductions out of the way while the stream alerts ring in my ears incessantly. First of all, a huge thanks to our dear friends over at Syrinscape. You can see the link there in the chat. Syrinscape is a wonderful audio platform that helps you enhance your tabletop role-playing needs. We've always used it here on QuestJunkiesUK. It's a fantastic tool. Not only do they have this massive catalogue of incredible music and sound effects and stuff for you to use for your games, but the platform allows you to upload your own content, which gives you the opportunity, like we do, to feature independent creators. They are the lifeblood of this community, so what better way to represent that incredible vast ocean of talent than featuring independent musicians? People such as Travis Savoy, Michael Gelfie, Hunter Rogerson, Tabletop Audio, The Seventh Midnight, Cullen Vance, and Scott Lee, amongst many other. We are blessed to know so many wonderful creators in this space, and we try our best to feature all of them in at least some way, shape, or form. You can also use that link to help out our dear friends Phoenix Iwaki, the channel that made QuestJunkies what it is. They are affiliates to Syrinscape, so by using that link, you're telling Syrinscape to support Phoenix Iwaki more, which is something I will forever endorse. So please go and do that. Wonderful people telling wonderful stories. Phoenix the Godfather, indeed. Absolutely. Okay, we would also like to share some love with the magnificent Aviv Orr, the wonderful creator who made these wonderful arts. Look at this. She captured my magical floof perfectly. My magical floof being something that came up in conversation today as I recorded the Geek Peak podcast with Mr. Oren Cohen. We had a fabulous time going like 2-3 hours. Yeah, but I'm not going to say any more about that because spoilers, you'll have to wait for the podcast to come out. But we had a very interesting conversation. It was a very wonderful experience. So thank you for that, Oren. But yes, Aviv is our incredible character artist. Has worked with the greats of the TTRPG space, and also QuestJunkiesUK, which is wonderful. So yes, we like to make sure that everyone knows that we love Aviv and we represent Aviv every single week. Moving on, we also have a community Discord. If you want to be amongst the first to learn about all our new projects and announcements and see all the memes that we have to give. And Jesus Christ, how many subscriptions? Everyone's already got a spin of the wheel. Okay. And also, Pat, you have inspiration from Charlie, which is good because
Buddies for life.
it's a good thing really because I did, like I normally do, I pre-rolled everyone's death saves because I roll the death saves on QuestJunkiesUK, and Connell, for like the second or third time recently, you got a nat 1, so use that inspiration well.
This just means Connell has to rise against adversity.
That's it. This is your hero's journey.
When you get a nat 20, that's when we should roll.
Yes, absolutely. I will endeavor to make that my next goal. But yes, the community Discord, where all the announcements and memes and chances to come and join the table for future projects is all there for you to enjoy. So do make sure you come and join us. Now, been looking forward to this. Wasn't expecting to do it today, but the stars just appeared to align. You may see on the screen some of our wonderful players sporting some merchandise, some QuestJunkies UK merchandise. Now, the very exciting thing for us now is, just as a point of interest for anyone who has purchased our merchandise before, look after it, because that is now officially legacy merchandise, because as of today, we have a new merchandise store, a brand new merch store that will allow us to have better shipping worldwide and also bring you more variety in merch, so it's not just like a million different t-shirt designs. There's already some new stuff on there. There is a QuestJunkiesUK The Wyld Ones jigsaw puzzle, which is art done by our very own Pattoons. Just the idea of having a Wyld Ones one shot, my head's all over the place. A Wyld Ones jigsaw is truly bizarre in the best possible way. But we also have we'll have tons of stuff. If people want, I could make merchandise for people's dogs if they want, or I could make baby grows with QuestJunkies merch on. There's so much, we've gone from having little variety to all the variety. So see what kind of shit I come up with.
The big question is there dog jumpers for your wee dog?
Oh yeah, there's jumpers and there's hoodies. I'm 3 steps ahead of you, Mai. Believe me. Believe me. Give the puppers some merch. Absolutely. But yes, if you go and check out the new merch store, we haven't got all the designs from the old store yet. I've got most of them over there already, but they have been updated. The prices of the t-shirts have been reduced quite a bit because we are able to do so on this new store, which will hopefully combat the international shipping charges, which seem to be quite horrific at the best of times. So hopefully that helps, because we want to make sure everyone gets the opportunity to get the stuff that they want. But yeah, so really pleased about that, and do check it out. And if there's any problems with ordering merch, do let us know on the Discord, because I'm trying to gauge whether or not it's been a successful transition, so to speak. So community feedback is muchly appreciated. Okay, we're nearly there. So following on the question of, do you want to get new merchandise? Do you need new dice? Of course you do. This is a silly question. Why would I even ask such a question? Only a fool would say they have enough sets of dice, because come on. Well, you're just... yes. Are you like young Connell McGinnisy? You can't stop eating your dice. You have a craving for more dice. Well, have I just the treat for you? Visit our friends over at Tabletop Dominion with the link in the chat there. tabletopdominion.com/QuestJunkiesUK. I'm not sure where this accent came from, but I'm going with it. If you use that link and you use the checkout code QuestJunkiesUK, you are entitled to a 10% discount on your entire order. That's the whole order. You get 10% off. So yeah, they make lovely dice, so go and check them out. They are wonderful people, and we look forward to working more with them in the future. We've talked about potentially doing some giveaways for some really cool stuff, but more on that later down the line. Big things, exciting things. And last but never ever least, we have a VODs channel on YouTube where you can, if you can't save the whole stream tonight, don't worry about it. By tomorrow evening or the day after that, The VOD will be up there in its entirety on YouTube, as well as all the other stuff that we've done. So do go and check it out if you want to catch up on like the Wildmount Chronicles, or you want to see the Demethrin 5, our mini campaign. It's all there for you to enjoy at your leisure in nice bingeable quantity. Do I have anything else? We recently announced that with all the abundance of projects for 2023 that we announced recently, we did also recently announce that one of the big ones to come from this, the Vampire the Masquerade one-shot, is going to be GM'd by none other than the Lady of Nouns herself. Bridget is going to be QuestJunkies' first ever guest GM, and we are so excited. Remind me, what's the name of the one-shot?
Bad and the Beautiful.
Bad and the Beautiful. I wonder which one I'm going to be. I mean, both, clearly.
Clearly,
Wait.
everyone. A little bit of both.
But yes, the lineup has been confirmed. We are in the planning stages. We are beginning character creation. So we will bring you more information on that one shot as it becomes available to us. And we can't wait. It's going to be real fun. Okay. So with that out of the way, Grim, I'll be the and. Let me just make a note of that for the next time you're at the table. That's fine. Okay. Cool.
You leave Brim alone. You leave Grim alone.
Brim.
I heard what happened.
I love how you went to Brim. I mean, yeah. Don't give me a really good idea. Okay, so let us go around the table, my friends. Please, if you'd be so kind, introduce yourself, tell us who you are going to be playing, and give us a random interesting fact about your character. Starting with Mai.
Hello everyone, I'm Mai, aka Mai the Pirate. I am playing Rhódania, our chaotic kitty, Circle of Stars, Philly's druid. And interesting fact about her is that we, I'm just trying to find it, there it is. So, if you've been following the story, you know that Rhódania has a notebook, particular notebook. When she found it, there was little things in it, including a particular passage, but we're not going to get into that this session. The one thing she did do, though, was when she found it and she was kind of like finding her way or her bearings around the forest, in the very back, she decided to start entering a recipe section. And one of those recipes calls for a, it's called her roadkill pate. And in a note, you know, it could be made with any sort of rodents that are found within the, well, kind of the forest, and can occasionally be substituted with porky glider.
Porky Glider! I love it! So, a little bit of context for those of you at home. A Porky Glider is an invention by Aviv Orr, our wonderful character artist. Aviv was doing some art streams at the time. This is how we sort of became friends, with me watching these streams. And it was a thing where people contributed channel points and they could nominate two animals to be made into a hybrid. And then eventually, when there was a certain amount of animals, there would be a tournament to define who is the best animal hybrid. And my favourite was the Porky Glider, which was a hybrid of a sugar glider and a porcupine. And it was so adorable, so incredibly cute. And after the stream, I was like, would you allow me to make this canon in Rhódania? And she was like, yeah, of course. So I was like, yeah, we have Porky Gliders now. So I always love it when they get brought up. Thank you so much.
Now they're in a pate.
I know, it's horrific. But nonetheless, thank you so much. Moving on, Pat.
Hello, everybody. Sorry. I am Patrick, aka Patins. I sometimes draw art, but on Monday nights I play Shield of the Wyld Ones, but I'll also protect LLB in the chat. I play Colin McGinnis, a Herbs Saber Night Fighter. My random fact for Connell is, so on Pat's face here, you can see I'm brandishing a very gapped beard. Connell doesn't grow beards because he's a rock man. Instead, he develops limescale, and again, it gets more grizzled. So every so often, you'll see him kind of just like, almost like kind of scratch it off, and kind of. And if he did let that develop, then it would take the form of like a limestone-ish beard.
I kind of love that. And now I also kind of want to give you the belt of Dwarvenkind just to see what kind of beard you end up with. That would be interesting.
Yeah, make me stronger, Patch.
It's fine, because what I give you, I can always take away. Thank you so much. Moving on. Bridget.
Hello, everyone. I'm Bridget. I play Frike, the aforementioned Lady of Nouns, and don't know where this accent came from, but random fact: if Frike were an Easter candy, she'd be salted caramel dark Ghirardelli chocolate.
Oh,
I don't know what dairy chocolate is, but that sounds fucking good.
Say it again.
Salted caramel dark Ghirardelli chocolate.
What's
Ghirardelli is one of our like high quality chocolates.
Is it like
here
a
in America.
Lindt chocolate sort of thing?
Okay.
Yeah,
Because if so, I had one of those today, a little one.
could be.
So like Hershey's is bottom of the tier list, and then this one's like up here.
Do we need to make a chocolate tier list? I think we do now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good use of our Discord if you want to jump in the Discord and make yourself a chocolate tier list, I suppose. Amazing. Thank you so much. I am now craving that exact thing. And last but never least, Wyatt.
Hi friends, my name is Wyatt. I play Reese on tonight's. He is our wonderful bard and cleric multi-class. I always space what college it is.
College of Forgetfulness.
Anyway, it's fine. College of Whispers. There we fucking go. Anyway,
There we go.
College of Whispers bard and life cleric multi-class. Fun fact about Reese: his father is a Black Panther tabaxi.
Amazing.
And his brother takes after his father's appearance.
Interesting. I love it. It's always good to get these little glimpses in from like your perspective of characters' backstories, because it helps me build out ideas that I've had. So, thank you for that. That's wonderful. And I am Patch, your Everhome Dungeon Master. I play everybody else. Give me an NPC to give you a random interesting fact about.
Madeline.
Madeline. Okay. Random interesting fact about Madeline. So Madeline was in the first campaign of the Rhódania Chronicles. At that point, the Discourteous Rose was just a pirate vessel, and she was, like, in her eyes, the pirate queen of the seas of Rhódania. And there weren't many pirates about, so, you know, she sort of went unchallenged by that. And through the events of that campaign, she became a very reluctant hero. And as much as she is now a very well-respected, distinguished lady, and like leader in the eyes of many, being the captain of the first sky ship, the Sky Carver, she's still a pirate. And if she could give it all up to go back to being a pirate with no consequences, she'd be gone in a heartbeat. And she may or may not have had a crush on one of you guys.
Oh, totally me.
Oh, no, it's Connell. Everyone has a crush on Connell.
You.
I well, you know, bold of me to assume, but I guess if she comes across your path again, maybe you'll find out. Who knows? But that's Madeline.
Maybe it's Fright. Maybe she had a crush on Frike.
Everyone loves mommy.
Everyone loves goth mommy. Pocket goth mommy.
Pocket goth mommy.
I mean, fanfic, sorry.
Love it. All right. So, introductions out of the way. It's time for us to get into the session. But before we do, we have some spins of the Wheel of Chaos to make. So, you know what? I'll take the first bullet. So, I'll do mine first. So, the first...
That's barely a bullet.
I mean, depends how it goes. So the first NPC that you come across for today's session will be the Wordsmith. So they will have the speak with animals and comprehend languages ability. So that's going to be interesting, depending on who it gets locked onto.
Why is that one so popular?
I don't know.
Everyone wants to be a Disney princess. That's
I
why.
mean, I've checked the settings on the wheel, and there's only one of them that has less odds, and that's the free nat 20. But that's even come up more times than a lot of them. So it's interesting how it does it. So yeah. Rhódania, for today's session, you... Oops, all charisma. You have a charisma score of 20.
Oh no. Oh no.
I mean, if only you had to try and use charisma to convince a Brewmaster's guild to let you join.
I know, right?
It might come in handy today. So if you refresh your character sheet, that will be updated for you.
Thank you, sir.
Oren is saving his renewal spin for Wednesday. Of course. I would expect nothing less. That will be for our dear Mercy, I assume. Carl McGinnisy, the Genasi Rune Knight fighter and recipient of the Wheel of Chaos spin for today's session. You also get the Wordsmith. so you can also speak with animals and understand every language. I need to add more options. It's picking the same ones every time. I'll do that for next week. So feel free to make a note of that. Frike, for today's session, you... Oh, this is a good one for you. Oops, all dex. You have a dex score of 20.
Oh, yeah.
That's very good for a monk.
We see a monk at max power. Oh no.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, if you go ahead and refresh your character sheet, you'll now see that has...
Wait, it says 30.
Refresh it again. It's not meant to say 30. You don't have a dex of 30. That's insane.
Oh, man.
And last of all, certainly not the least of all, for today's session, you... Oops, all constitution. So a bit of a health boost for you. That's always good. It means I can throw something bigger at you.
I'm a little squishy. Welcome.
Not anymore. Refresh your character sheet and see how many hit points you've got.
Oh, I know.
That's
more than half.
That's a lot. Okay. Excellent. So, where were we last time on the Rhódania Chronicles? The Wyld Ones part way through their journey towards the city of Zundanag, taking the scenic route, heading a few different places. Initially to the village of Assailand, where they are currently, to stock up on them muffins. Muffins that have history with this group. Muffins being the foundation of the group being formed way back when. They had some interesting reactions to some of these muffins. They seem to have interesting effects. Somewhat similar to the wild brew, but certainly not as potent, shall we say. Kind of more like just harmless bits of fun added to the mix. But during their stay in Assailand, they've found a nice little inn to eat and drink and spend the night in. They've decided to offer up a performance for the night, which they are preparing for. And when we come back in, we will be joining them on as they take the stage. But there was also mention of a Brewmaster's Guild meeting happening in the inn the very same night. Something that piqued Rhódania's interest, very particular, as someone who's looking to start up a business in brewing, taking the wild brew to the next level. But before those conversations are to be had, first we rejoin the group as they prepare to take the stage in the Wandering Oak Tavern. So, my friends, what are you doing to prepare for this performance? As the crowd is now filled in, you can see in the far corner there's a group of maybe 4 individuals that seem to be setting up for this Brewmasters Guild meeting. And they seem to be looking over with curious eyes at this unexpected performance, which was not advertised. So what are you doing to prepare? Like, what kind of performance are we expecting for tonight?
As I see them looking our way, I'm just going to give them a wave. I'm going to do some breathing exercises. I'm going to turn away after waving to them. I'm going to... Being a flautist, it's really important to have good air control. So do some breathing exercises and try and open up the lungs, just stretching. All right. Rhódania, are you going to be playing with us, or are you going to go to the Brewmasters Guild first and then come join us?
Well, I need to make sure that my instrument's tuned up first before I go, but I think I'm going to go have a wee quickie chat with them. And then maybe I'll see if I'll invite them to our performance. What do you think?
Not to join, just...
No, just to watch.
Okay.
Aye.
Say, if we're doing the performance for your future business investors, should I take my shirt off for it?
Oh my god,
No.
yes.
I don't see why not.
That was a yes, a no, and a yes. So, all right.
She'll probably be doing some of those like outrageous looking stretches that gymnasts can do since she's feeling more bendy because of the boost to acrobatics.
Just give me an on-the-spot acrobatics check. This is for me just to determine my headcanon of whether or not Frike is actually a contortionist.
Ooh,
my.
that is a 16 plus 5.
Mommy.
So, yeah, you can do whatever kind of stretches you want, and they look particularly unsettling for people who don't know, like, contortionists. Like, you've got, you're double jointed, and you can do all these weird things, and I mean, yeah. Definitely.
Like behind the head, probably both legs.
I like to think that whilst Frike's doing her stretches, Rhódania is just unashamedly looking, but also like kind of like saying to Connell as well, like, Connell, I've got an idea. If you're gonna take your shirt off, can I like put one of my posters on your chest and your back, or like paint on you or something?
Yeah.
I mean, if it doesn't stick on, are you okay with me like sewing it or like chiseling it into you, or
just like you said, paint it on. Back in the day, Thrashham, he used to wear advertisements going into the fight, and then as I suppose it was on his like cape and stuff, and then he took it off before he fought.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to use me as advertising space, go for it.
Brilliant. I'll be like, if we get this deal as well, I mean, I know you're part of the business and part of the committee and everything, but I'd like to think that when we go to Zundanarg and we do the whole fight thing, like maybe you want to be sponsored by Rhódania's Wild Brew. Yeah? Sound like a good idea?
Yeah, sure, I'll sell out.
Brilliant. It's a deal.
I feel like out of character. I feel like we're buttering up the Shark Tank.
A little
Are you
bit.
sure
Little
you're
bit.
out?
Frank, I had an idea.
Yeah.
So, where I come from, we have a lot of people who are really skilled at climbing ropes and swinging to and fro. Anyway, well, some of them got really, really good at it and kind of, well, we called them aerialists. They're silk dancers, if you will.
Okay.
We don't have silk, but we do have rope. How
I
tall
could
is
try.
before I continue? How tall is the roof?
I'd
Is there,
say
like, a
it's. I'm trying to imagine it. It's not the tallest of roofs. It's like a maybe 20 feet at the highest point.
I think the oak tree outside is taller. Do you remember how last time when we performed, things kind of got a little rowdy and moved outside?
Yeah.
Maybe we preemptively, just in case, set up a rope on the old oak tree that's out there.
Okay. I could give that a try.
I mean, you being all flippy and in the air half the time, I think you'd probably be the best suited.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Keep stretching in the meantime.
Continue stretching. Condemned thing.
Say, Frona, since we're on the topic of us working together, are you able to make things bigger or smaller?
Why? You don't have a
It's just a
problem,
little-
do you?
Oh no, everything's like exact big size I need it to be.
Alright, alright.
Yeah, it is.
So, I was thinking, like, I've mentioned before about us coming up with like tag team combos and being able to like work together, and so me innately I can turn myself really big. I can turn myself into a giant, but with the combination of that spell you can use, I can grow even larger. I can it's double that size, which is even bigger again. So
You could be uber big boy.
I could be uber big boy.
Aye. Or teeny weeny weeny. I could put you in my pocket if you like.
No, but see, I could just use that my giant thing and break free from it myself.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not fun.
Anyway, so I was
Yeah.
thinking the strategy could be called Colossal Anal.
What about colonel?
Colonel.
sounds like colonic.
Colossal
Yeah.
Anal.
Oh boy.
Colossalano. It sounds like some kind of weird giant lizard.
I wonder if I can
like
become one of those.
Colossal waddle.
Colossalano.
Wassail waddle.
Wassail waddle.
I'll workshop it, but like, does that sound like a thing we could try sometime?
You can give it a go if you want.
Rad.
Totally rad, pal. Rad as a dad. Is it alright if I stick my poster on you now?
Connell takes off his shirt, and he turns around and shows his back. Is that good?
She's stretching, but she's maybe like leaning a little bit.
Can I put it on both sides? Maybe like I could put wee ones on each of your, and then on your belly, and then.
Connell turns around, so you see his front, and you can kind of see that he has the like, I don't know sections of the body as I probably should.
Pectorals and abdomen.
So underneath where his pectoral muscles would be, like this little part.
Upper abdomen.
I just stood at a fucking D10.
Oh!
I knew it.
D4.
No, it was a D4. I knew it was there.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh.
No.
Worse than Legos.
Take
Worse
2
than Lego.
points of piercing damage.
I fucking did. So anyway, like here, you can see like Connell's got like the different runes that he uses to do all his mumbo jumbo. Fuck me, man, I'm sore.
Oh. Oh, pal.
Genuinely, one of my worst nightmares is like stepping barefoot on the D4.
Yeah, you know what? I'm never doing that eat the dice bit ever again. That's fucking dangerous.
If you do, you have to wear a bib, like one of the ones that are like up like that.
Yeah. But yeah, so
runes.
yeah, so you just see them, and like you can kind of see like a few wee chips, like on his like torso and stuff. Just you see him from all the years of training. And you notice when you were looking at his back, there isn't as much on his back.
Oh, you've I guess you don't let anyone get behind you then, eh, pal?
Oh no, you gotta face these threats head on. I got this one when I was up against like one of Atticus's training drills. I got this one from maybe that was the Shadow Princess. Anyway, so where do you want me?
She takes out her like sketches from like her notebook and stuff, and just kind of. I don't have anything to stick to it, but can I try? And she just kind of like spits and just kind of like this.
Wow.
See if that stays. Just keep flipping. Just.
Roll me a d6. On a 1 through 3, it sticks.
I got a 6.
A 6. So what happens is you spit and you put it on, you put pressure on, it's like, there we go, and then it just falls off straight away.
Oh, fuck. They haven't got like a sticky stick or anything like that. You know, you glue things together with it, you have them when you're little. Some people eat them because they smell interesting. No?
Not
Right.
sure.
Alright, I don't know how I'm gonna get this on you, Connell, then. I might have... No, I don't want to, like, chisel it into you or pin it into you. I've got an idea. Has anyone got a piece of string?
Have we a piece of string? That's the better.
I think if any of you are likely to have a piece of string, it's Rhódania.
Yeah. It's like, alright, I'm gonna check my bag. She just like starts rifling around her bag. Got a wee bit of hemp rope, if I remember correctly.
You've got
So
you've got
we-
some string. I will allow
I've
that.
got
Oh, that's right.
Okay, it's like, all right, and then she just kind of like gets to the posters and just kind of like strings it up as if it's like he's wearing a sandwich board. I'm just gonna put it over, like I just climb up. It's like, hey, this is gonna cover both your sides. They put it over your head. There you go. Does that feel comfy? Have you got enough room to kind of dance about if you want to when you're playing your bodhran?
Wait, so if I'm wearing this, I don't need to have my shirt off, do I?
Yeah, you do.
Oh. Why?
For aesthetic. It's something very special I've heard. This very in aesthetic.
Make a
This
persuasion
sells.
check.
Sorry?
Make a persuasion check.
Damn it.
Oh, well, no. Make a
Time to do that.
deception check.
Don't have time to do
Insight.
that.
Oh, that's.
Deception. Well, that's a 15.
I got
15.
a 16 on insight.
Got a +5. Oh, you fucker!
So you don't really understand where she's coming from. It doesn't make that much sense that you need to have your top off. This could be one of Rhódania's tricks that she's always playing.
Good girl,
I
am.
I mean, the whole idea was, if I had my shirt off, things would be on my body. This is covering my body, so I could just cover the rest of my body with my shirt.
Frank, what do you think?
You can probably see her like thinking. Well, I suppose the bigger the avenue for the advertisement, the better, right? That's gonna be her ambiguous answer.
I don't want to make the entertainer uncomfortable then, you know, like employee stuff. So, alright, you can have your shirt on, just don't be too distracting.
Well, I gotta take your thing off to put my shirt back on, and that would require a bit of effort. So I'll just keep my shirt nearby, okay?
I mean, great, fantastic, absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Connell. Then she just kind of like jumps off of his shoulder and just sidles along.
I'm curious to know what's going through Reese's mind right now as all this is playing out in front of him.
So, I'm assuming we're on the stage, or like near the stage.
Near the
unless
stage.
You're putting us in a back room. Okay, we're near the stage. So we're near the stage. This is like, oh my god. I wish we had a back room if we're gonna be like taking our shirts off like this. And then Reese is watching Rhódania try and put the paper on, and it's like, just use like minor illusion or something. Or prestidigitation. Just like write like some words like wild brew. And then hearing Connell say, well, that's too much effort. Reese is sus. Reese is suspicious of like, Connell wouldn't say that. Connell's a fighter. Connell is active like every day. And Connell's being lazy right now?
Oh no!
That is the face of someone who's been called the fuck out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna walk up to Connell. I'm gonna poke him in the chest. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. Are you okay?
There's nothing like weird. Like, I'm gonna like do an insight check.
Make an
Like,
insight check.
looking at Connell, see if he's like been secretly charmed or some shit. Because I don't
Charmed by the
trust it.
muffins.
Charmed by the muffins. Weren't we all? Insight. Oh, Jesus Christ. 17.
What am I rolling?
Are you trying to hide anything in particular?
No.
No? Then
I guess I just misplayed my character for a split second.
I mean, I kind of love it. So, with a 17, you get the sense that, well, he believes what he's saying to be true.
Kind of halfway rudely, like, put my paw up to his head. Kind of like how my mom would like, hey, are you okay? And check my temperature. Just like put my paw up to his head and be like, checking Connell's temperature. That doesn't work. You're made of stone.
So cold.
Oh god.
Are you
Okay.
okay, Reese?
Everything is fine. Why are you being lazy?
He's not being lazy, he's just placating to my demands.
I've been lazy.
You just said it'd be too much effort to take off 2 pieces of paper and a piece of rope. That's...
Connell slumps down, head in his hands, like, oh my god, I've been lazy.
Having
Oh, no,
I don't think you're lazy, I think you've just been around us too much.
Then he slumps on his side and he's like,
Aw.
over his
no.
face.
I'll just say that having found probably the highest rafter to hang from, I think Frike is actively hanging upside down as she kind of swings in Connell's direction and pats his shoulder and just goes, You're not lazy.
I just said a shirt would be too much effort to put on.
This is a lot of work we're doing to make sure we have free rooms. I know it feels like a lot. I think we're all just doing what we can. Hanging upside down.
It's far too late to gift of gab, so...
I can. Sure, I'll say yes to becoming a meteorite and hitting the Earth with terminal velocity, but putting on a shirt is where I draw the line. Oh no!
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Give him an existential crisis. This is great. It's all right. We have enough time if you want to rectify putting on your shirt or not. Either way, and I'm gonna cast guidance.
I'm gonna. Sorry, I thought you were finished. Sorry.
Yes, I'm gonna cast guidance. You're not lazy. It's just a side of you I haven't seen. A relaxing side of you I haven't seen.
Oh no. If you're so worried, then,
And then she's gonna touch his belly button and cast Druidcraft, so it makes it look like he's got moss growing around him underneath the pieces of paper.
here you go, you can cover yourself up now. There you are. Does that help?
First of all, you poked him in his belly button and made stuff come out of it. That's fucking weird.
Belly button fluff, I just thought of it. That's probably the highest that she can reach on your chest.
Anyway, Connell's gonna just kind of walk over, grab his shirt, and he's just gonna kind of walk towards the door leading outside, and he's just, I'm gonna. He's like pulling the moss out of his belly button. I'm gonna go work. I'm gonna like run a couple laps and maybe smash some stuff, and then maybe I won't be lazy anymore.
Okay, here, if you can take this rope.
Board.
If you can take this rope and set it up in the tree over there.
Okay.
So there's 2 dangly bits.
Okay. And he runs out.
Meanwhile, the crowd of people assembled for this last-minute performance are all sat in pure confusion. Like, you can like hear one or two of them are like, "Was that supposed to be the performance? I didn't really get it. It didn't have much of a plot. Maybe the second half will turn it around a bit. I don't know. It's very, very free form. I don't really understand it. But
It's called improv.
Very good, very good, very good.
Connell opens,
Vicious mockery. I'm kidding.
Connell opens the door again, and it's like Connell opens the door, and it's just like, yes, and closes the door and runs away again.
How long have I got until the iguana meeting?
The iguana meeting. They still appear to be setting up, so you're not entirely sure. It just said at sundown, and the sun is pretty much setting at this point, so like soon.
Already got time to play one song, and then I need to fuck off.
Probably.
She'll maybe like turn to Rhódania and be like, I'm sure, like, she'll maybe be like thinking of things to call after Connell, but I'm sure it happens all the time. And then she'll look at Rhódania. Does it happen all the time? I don't know. I've never seen that.
The belly button stuff.
Yeah, I've never seen. I hope he's not self-conscious about it.
Gives a little bit of, so it's nice having a bit of hair in your chest, but in this case it's in his belly. But, I mean, I feel kind of bad about it now. He wasn't ready for the fluff.
I don't know. How can we make him feel better?
I feel bad. I called him lazy, but we don't have time. We have like 5 minutes.
Yeah, oh dear. Well, I need to go tune my bagpipes anyway. So I don't know if you guys want to get the like warmed up with them. I don't know.
I'm good. Maybe. So wait, and then she'll turn to Reese. Are we starting inside, or and then we're moving outside, or?
I don't know. I'm just thinking if it's going to be like anything like what it was when we visited, it might move outside. But with that said, I don't
okay.
Just
so
for
if
us to
it
get
gets
free rooms.
too rowdy, then we move outside. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're as ready as we'll ever be then.
Okay, well, you guys go get ready. I will take the stage. Rhódania, you can go tune your bagpipes. I'll take the stage and just start playing something soft to draw their attention and get them ready.
Okay.
She'll go
Pipey
with
bags
Rhódania.
ahoy.
Okay.
Playing a bard is weird.
So the crowd begins to settle down and quieten down as Reese takes the stage.
I like to imagine that time is paused right now as I'm looking through my
Yes.
list.
Well, so while you're doing that, Connell, you're outside. What are you up to?
Connell's running. He runs the tree, quickly takes off the A board, puts his shirt back on, puts the A board back on, and he attaches the rope to the tree, like Reese said.
Okay.
And then he looks back towards like the stage, and like he's slowly pondering in his head, being like, Nah. I gotta prove to them I'm not lazy. I'll give them the best damn entrance to this show that they've ever damn did see.
Okay. So while you're plotting that entrance, we cut back to the tavern. The crowd is silent. Reese, you take to the stage.
Cool. I found it. I'm going to take to the stage. I have my my flute, and I'm going to start playing. And I'm going to invoke the Song of Rest. So, anyone who hears my performance regain hit points at the end of a short rest. Blah blah blah. Anyway, just reflavoring. It's going to be a Song of Rest. They're going to feel invigorated and recharging as I am just playing. And that is all I am doing. I am just playing, and I'm lost in the sauce.
Okay, so as you begin playing your flute, it's a beautiful, relaxing melody. Please make me a performance check with advantage.
Oh, bollocks. Okay. Advantage, that's good. That's good. That's not that much better. But you know what is good? I have a +9 for performance, so that is a freaking
Jesus.
18.
18. The crowd are enamored by this performance just from a single flute. But perhaps the power of the moon goddess is flowing through it once, as it has done before, and passing through the crowd, as pretty much everyone in the room just has this relaxed smile on their face as they listen intently to every single note. You continue on the wild swells of music leading up to the big crescendo at the end. And everyone just stands up and applauses. You get a standing ovation.
Okay.
Yay.
When I finish, I will stand back. I will stand up. Welcome to the second performance ever done by myself, and I'm going to point and call out Frike. By myself and our wonderful dancer, Frike, we were here. How long ago was it? Like 2 months? A month?
It wasn't quite 2 months. It was 6 to 7 weeks, I think,
About
if I recall.
6-7 weeks ago. And we have friends this time. So, be ready for if it's anything like it was last time, a fun jaunt. Very jaunty evening.
So, yeah, we like fun jaunts. And then there's another voice like, what do we call you?
The Wyld Ones.
Oh, that's a pretty good name, actually. Oh, yeah, I heard they can get a bit wild. That's really good. Yay, Wyld Ones!
So, thank Reese for the introduction, and a little nervous, but walk up on stage having been fully stretched out. I think she's about as ready as she could be.
Okay. There's a few, like, wolf whistles and cat calls as you get up onto the stage. Like, what's your passive perception?
15?
Okay, so with a 15, you do hear like one whisper from the crowd that's not as whispered as it was intended, and it's like, oh, did you see her before? She can stretch in places I didn't even know you could stretch.
Watch it, bud. Vicious mockery.
Jesus.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
No, gift of gab that.
Okay.
I'm like watching you.
You can swap the vicious mockery for an intimidation check if you wish.
Cool. Yeah. Intimidation. I'm good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was good.
19.
19. Like, as soon as you lock eyes, like, they know, before you've even said anything, they know, like, you know, it was at this moment they knew they fucked up. So, like, there's like, oh, sorry.
Gonna pull out my sending stone. And I'm gonna send a message to Rhódania.
Okay.
We're ready for you.
Alright.
Come out playing.
Okay. All right, pal. Let's take these pipey bags out then.
All right. As you come out onto the stage, give me a pipey bags check.
Oh dear.
And can I do acrobatics?
You certainly can.
Yay!
Oh no.
Boy.
That is a. Oh my goodness.
That's just a D20 and then my
That's a
modifier.
22.
Yes.
My special one. 7.
A 7. Okay. So, what was the acrobatics check?
22.
Okay, so you start with the acrobatics show before Rhódania comes on stage, and everyone's locked on and amazed by what they're seeing. These incredible gymnastics, which is then quite abruptly interrupted. Those pipey bags weren't quite tuned up fully.
To be honest, she probably didn't even bother tuning them. She was too busy just fluffing her fur, making it look cute.
We'll just say somewhere out there in another world, a certain Jimothy Brassfangs III Esquire is probably shuddering. Senses a great disturbance in the bard force. And you can see people like shielding their ears and trying to concentrate on the acrobatics.
Fiona just is kind of very like quietly muttering to herself, seeing everyone kind of like shielding their ears, like,
Oh yes, it's so good that they can't like handle the good music. Brilliant.
And as you come to the end, you know, you see some claps that are actively directed at Frike, and there's one or two that are directed at Rhódania, like, just slowly put the hands down.
no one loves the pipey bags.
She'll
Rhódania
deep
reads
curtsy, but also be looking around to see if Connell made it inside.
Well, it's around about this time you begin to hear a noise coming from outside. And everyone sort of quietens down as they all start to hear this noise. Connell, over to you.
So I got a 17 on my performance check.
Okay.
So that was with the advantage. Thank you, Charlie. So from outside the tavern, you hear the boron going, and then you hear almost like throat singing, like and you see Connell kicks open the door, and as he steps in, on the second bang bang, he uses Giant's Bite and puff of smoke flooding the ground, like all the smoke's like going around their feet as he's just like above everyone, boron in a way, just all.
Okay. So you take on the giant form in this very small tavern. Amazing. So first of all, roll me a d6.
I will have you know I'm only large size. I'm not like crashing through the ceiling.
Oh, I'm aware, but this is a very packed tavern. One. Okay, so only one person is knocked out of their chair as you take your giant form.
Their mind was fucking blown. That's what happened, Patch.
I will let that be your personal headcanon if you wish. But with the 17, people are invested. Like the beat is intoxicating. You can hear them, and like they're kind of like going. They don't know the words, but they're going like ah, da, da,
Thunder!
ah, ah.
Thunder!
And like one person leans over to the other and is like, "Oh, this is a Zundanar classic. This one. I haven't heard this for years."
He'll maybe like add in the
Of course.
Thunder!
I really wish I could play it without getting copyright strike, but you know. I could probably get away with it on TikTok, so maybe I'll add it to the TikTok clip.
If there's a bardcore version of it, that would be.
There's a
Yep.
amazing Pipey Bags version of it. I can't remember the name of the woman that does it, but it's very good. I'll put it in the Discord later.
As Connell's like banging on the brawn, his eyes like kind of lock on the Fronia, and it's just like, come on, I'm laying the ground. You got one more shot at this. Like
God.
that's what his eyes are saying.
I'll lean over and I'll tap Rhódania and give her guidance.
Okay. Do you want to have another go?
Fuck yeah.
Okay,
Fuck
so
yeah.
another Pipey Bags check. You have is it a D6 of guidance? Or is it D4? D4 guidance.
D4.
Yes. Or is it inspiration? What did you give her?
Guidance. D4.
Okay.
Guidance, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, and you have inspiration from Sneaky Rogue Thief.
Ah, well, I got a well with all like my
And some inspiration from Grim.
oh Jesus Christ. So I got a dirty 20.
Okay.
Because it's including my Pipey Bag modifier.
Yes. And is that before the guidance?
That's after the guidance. I got a 3
After the
in
guidance. Okay, so you want to stick with the dirty 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Save the inspo.
So, with the assistance of the Wyld Ones at your side, you find that one bit of the bagpipes that wasn't tuned efficiently, and you quickly adjust it. You take a deep breath, and you begin. And the music comes to you properly. And you hear people start banging the tables and the floor, stomping the feet on the floor in time with the Bauron music. And yeah, things begin getting hectic. Reese and Frike, this is a bit of a flashback to the last time you performed here where things did get a little hectic and people really do like a good performance in this town.
I'll lean over and like, not whispering because it's too loud, but say like, maybe we let them do it.
Yeah, we had our turns.
We had our time. Like, let them take the lead.
Yeah, we'll just cheer them on.
But it is gonna start getting chaotic. We might wanna.
How do we
Open
get
up the
them
doors.
outside? Oh, I guess. Yeah.
I'll take my flute and I'll start like playing along. But I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna open the door and like the Pied Piper just like.
Okay. And I'll say, as you each begin to exit, they all follow you in a conga-like line as everyone's getting into it. And
I'm gonna say she'll let her hair down and air guitar, lute, and do a little
lute.
head banging.
okay, cool. And you get outside and everyone gets excited because they see this. What is it? A gymnastics setup? Oh, is it time for the main performance?
Oh no. Oh no.
All right.
So what are we doing?
Make her way over to the rope, and then when their attention's drawn away, she'll climb it and maybe try and dance in the air. Another acrobatics.
Go for it.
Yay.
Amazing.
Oh my goodness. Oh my damn. That is. That's a 23.
A 23.
Damn!
Right, I will allow you to narrate this. Tell me how it goes down.
I think she'll she's not really sure she's doing it first, but then she'll climb and then maybe twist a little bit, so she's spinning through the air, doing one of these, one of those, the silkily moving water, so much chocolate that we discussed earlier, it's spinning with arms, and there's kicks, and there's glides, things like that.
And with the hair let down as well, there's a
Yep.
few moments where people are watching and it's as if time stops as they look at you, and the hair wisped across your face as you
know
look.
what it is? It's that part in We Don't Talk About Bruno, where
Oh God.
he's floating down from the sky.
Yep.
Yeah, like a great jet runs on the high.
That's it.
But to Thunderstruck.
But to Thunderstruck, yeah.
Amazing.
You man!
No, I think in this context it'd be, you've been Wyld Ones!
Yes.
Amazing. The crowd goes absolutely apeshit for it. They love every second of it. And they're lapping it up. Does anyone else want to do anything while the crowd is hot?
I will do two things kind of spread out. I will prestidigitation little fairy type lights kind of trailing from Frike's hand and her feet as she's twirling.
Okay.
Add a little spirit finger to go with that.
And then when it seems that Frike and Rhódania start to wind down, I will do a guiding bolt straight up into the air.
I love that we've turned guiding bolts into fireworks on this channel. It's so good. I love it.
It's great. I love it.
Amazing. Pat, you look like you really want to do something.
So
Oh,
the
no.
party's been moved. The party's been moved outside, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So Connell shrinks down, and as he's playing the boron, following everything outside, he sees the pandemonium, everything on bad, and he's just you know what? Let's do it the way we did in Zunark, and he just shouts, "Wall of Death!"
Okay, give me a persuasion check. I'll give you advantage because the crowd is psyched at the minute.
That's 18.
An 18. So most of the crowd hears it. Some of the crowd you see oh god, no, my moshing days are over. But the majority of the crowd's oh, here we fucking go. And you see them start to spread.
Connell stands in the middle of the wall of death, and he's just rule number 1, you have fun. Rule number 2, if someone gets down, you help them back up and keep going. Number 3, don't stop until the music stops. Are you ready?
Are you staying in the
man.
middle of it?
Fucking right.
Okay, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Jesus.
This is a mosh pit save.
I'm kind of glad she's up in the air watching this.
That's 11. But Connell, can I roll an attack as well? Because Connell won't be taking this easy. He's
Sure. Go for it.
An attack? Oh no.
Oh God.
Of course, these are non-lethal attacks. This is mosh pit fights.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
You know,
yeah.
as a fellow rocker patch, you know what I'm talking about.
I mean, it could be lethal if you want.
That's a 7. Or sorry, that's a 13 to hit.
They're villagers, of course it hits.
How many black eyes are you going to like give people? That's what I'm wanting to know.
It's a mosh pit, man. You gotta fucking
Roll me a d10. A 5. Okay, so you non-lethally wound 5 people in the mosh pit.
But I help them back up on their feet and be like, "We've got this, guys. Now let's get those guys."
Yep. And the raucous chaos continues and eventually winds down. The performance comes to a close. People are cheering. Their voices are hoarse and pained. And eventually they all begin to wander back inside. Some of them a little bit less energetic than before. But a rousing performance indeed.
I will take the stage again and start playing the flute for a Song of Rest to help.
And it is well
people regain
received.
hit points.
Absolutely.
God.
And as the rest of you come in and you sort of pack down and everything, you see that the Brewmasters Guild meeting is now set up, and they're all sort of looking very curiously at all of you as you re-enter the room. And that's where we're going to take our 5-10 minute break. So that was a very fun, energetic opening half. Let's see what happens in the next half. See you in a bit.
Yeah.
Bye.
And welcome back, my dear friends, to the second half of this week's episode of the Rhódania Chronicles. So, if you're just joining us, you've missed a rousing musical / interpretive dance / wall of death mosh pit performance by the Wyld Ones in this quaint little village of Assailand. And we rejoin the group just as Reese is finishing his outro performance, so to speak, of A Song of Rest, helping those injured in the mosh pit to regain their fortitude. And it's definitely a more relaxed vibe in the tavern, but everyone seems pretty happy. They've had a good night. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna.
Al is just sweating buckets. Like, he's just there, like he has like 2 bottles of water beside him. He's like, I think we could go again.
Yeah. I miss those days when my body could do that. I have so many days from my teens of coming home with whiplash from going in mosh pits and gigs. It's so fun. I miss it.
I'm so glad that
the memories that
all the gigs I've been to, I've never gone into a mosh pit because I'm always scared in case I break a bone. However, I've watched several friends be in mosh pits, but the neck pain is always the worst. The next day.
I've only been in the one mosh pit, and like it was the best experience ever because it was controlled like exactly what I got Connell to do. Like the lead singer of the band was just like, right, these are the rules, have fun, fuck the bouncers, don't care what they say, just go for it. And then like whenever he came out of it, like you were soaking with sweat, like your shirt might have been ripped open and like your hair's everywhere, but you don't care because you had a fucking great time.
Absolutely, that is it. Okay.
Connell, you did good. You don't need to go again. You're good.
Okay.
I think you just need to. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Oh.
He's out.
He's
He's taking a short
Don't know
rest.
if I can carry him.
Oh,
I'm just gonna check through my bag and make sure I've got like enough of like my makeshift business cards, aka little scribbly drawings,
Saying this is a business.
and making sure I've got enough like samples ready of the mild brew and the wild brew, and also like some full bottles as well and like other kind of marketing stuff. And she's kind of like got these cue cards as well, and just kind of like scribbling out little notes, or at least like attempting to.
Okay.
Here,
You look
let's
up-
get you cleaned up. I cast prestidigitation on her while she's doing all that.
Okay. You look over to the
me,
corner of the
thanks.
room. Look over to the corner of the room and you see like there's 4 individuals all sat in like in the very corner, so that there's 2 on one part of the corner, 2 on the other part of the corner, and they've got notebooks and they're talking and making notes and having quite an engaging discussion about something. And you can see various bottles and things on the tables next to them. It seems the meeting has begun.
Shit, we're going to be late.
And she
Are
just
you
kinda
ready?
starts gathering.
My stuff and just yeah.
Oh.
I'm terrified.
carry something.
Shit in it. Okay, yeah, you take.
You'll be fine. I'm gonna carry some stuff.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
Thank you.
You'll be great.
I cast guidance on myself,
Sure. That's fair.
and just kind of like in a way that she's kind of like prepping herself. She's like,
You can do this, Rhódania. You've worked fucking hard. You're a boss girl, bitch. You could do it.
she'll probably have come along, and maybe it's still a little bit flushed and breathless from everything that happened. She'll just pull Feronia into a big, like, just a big ol' hug and like pat her on the back and say, like, we believe in you. Now you've got to believe in yourself.
I love you guys.
Love you too.
You're more than just business advisors.
Yeah, we're this chaotic
course.
crew.
Well,
And
fucking
you-
yeah.
You got this. You're gonna do great.
Okay.
And after that performance, there's no way that they won't be able to take you. Bardic inspiration.
Okay, so you've got a D4 of guidance and you've got a D6 of bardic inspiration. Is it a D6 or is it a D8?
It's a D6 right now.
D6. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
so keep that in mind.
I got the dice out ready for it.
And I assume you're approaching the group.
Yes.
Okay, so you walk over and you take stock of what you see in front of you. You see a middle-aged dwarven male. You see a half-elf woman. There is also a sort of androgynous-looking tiefling. And there's a very creepy-looking human woman that kind of looks like a witch. Like, that's the best way to describe them. But they seem to be, having this conversation, and they notice you approaching with bottles in hand, and the dwarf speaks up first, like, hello there. Are you here for the meeting?
Yeah. Hi. My name is Feronia, and these are my friends, my people, my advisors, my family, and we are the Wyld Ones. And I would like to talk to you about Feronia's Wild Brew.
Oh, that sounds fascinating. Well, let's just introduce ourselves first. And the dwarf stands up. He's at the same height as he was when he was sat down, but he stands up and like brushes himself off. Like, I am Brewmaster Belgrim. I am the leader of the Brewmasters Guild. We're a very new guild. A lot of places don't really recognize us as an established guild yet, but we're working on that. Like, you know, maybe you can be our 5th member, hopefully, all being well. And gestures over to the others to introduce himself. And the half-elf, she doesn't stand up, but she has, like, a glass of wine in her hand. And she says, well, my reputation should precede me, but just in case you weren't aware, I am Ilara, the wandering winemaker. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And the tiefling sort of jumps out of his seat and does a very over-exaggerated bow. It's like, hello, I am Zephyr. I am the cocktail conjurer, and I am very famous from the city of Inyath, and it is most gracious to make your acquaintance, my dear. And another very extravagant bow.
Hello.
And then the witch, like, figure, she doesn't stand up, but she looks and she, like, wait, one second. And she, like, pulls, like, a worm out of her hair and flings it across the room. It's like, I am Gwyneth, and I am the spirit summoner. That's just dead spirits, but alcoholic spirits as well. Yes.
Wow, you're such a... Oh, wow, you're just... All of you are so eclectic. I love it.
Thank you very much.
It's such a pleasure to meet you all.
We enjoyed the performance. It was very entertaining. We would have joined in the festivities outside, but we had the meeting to set up. But maybe next time if you come back. I haven't thrown down in a mosh pit for many decades, but never say never.
Maybe on the next one.
Maybe. So, what is it you've got for us today? Or would you prefer to learn about our contributions first of all?
It's only polite to learn about yourselves.
Very well. Well, as a leader, I will speak first as the Brewmaster. I being one of the many Brewmaster dwarves of Eridel in the mountains, you've probably heard of our reputation for brewing ale. That is my speciality, particularly exotic and potent ales. So taking inspiration from flavors all across the continent and finding the best combinations to make a hearty brew. That is what I do.
What kind of combinations? What's your best seller?
Oh, well, at the moment we have a particular, the most popular one that we do at the moment is, where is it on my list? I have a list. They call it the Chimera's Breath. It was something that I came up with a few years ago. It's like a smoky brown ale. It has a hint of chocolate and some Inyathian spice.
Oh. Try that at some point, if that's all right. Are we doing tasters tonight?
Oh, we can certainly swap some samples, of course. Yes, but that is me. Friends, would you like to introduce your beverages of choice? And Ilara stands up finally, and she's still got the glass in her hands. Like, well, I am the wandering winemaker, and as it is my duty, I wander the lands to find the best ingredients for my wines, and I bring the most unique of flavors. And my award-winning one was the Feywild's Dream, which is, well, I don't know if I want to give away the whole recipe. Family secrets and all that. But let's just say it's quite dry, but it has very rare spices that are quite exotic, like my friend here was just describing, but with a bit more of a sophisticated twist, shall we say.
Well, you know what they say about those from the Feywild? They got a bit of dry wit about them.
I mean, I've never met anyone from the Feywild. I just thought it sounded like a catchy name, so I used that. I mean, the Feywild is just in children's stories. It doesn't really exist, but it's a good tagline, you know.
No, it exists.
Ah, right. Okay. The rest of you, and Zephyr, the tiefling's like, well, I make many different things, but as the cocktail conjurer, cocktails are my specialty. And I like to combine many, many favorite things. And my latest one, I haven't actually got a name for it yet, but it is my most recent project, and it's going to be my best one yet. And it is a smoky bourbon-based cocktail. But the true secret, which I am happy to reveal, and like gives a bit of a glare towards Alara, the secret is an infusion of the rarest of ingredients, which is authentic dragon's blood.
Oh. You could call it a smoky scaly.
I'm going to write that down. This is remarkable. Oh, yes. Very good, very good. I'm good. Thank you so much for that. That is a good suggestion. Thank you.
She blushes
then-
and kind of goes like,
Oh, you're welcome.
And then the witch stands up, like, I'm, as the spirit summoner, I dabble in a bit of everything, really. My latest one, I'm taking a page out of Pelgrim's book, and I've actually devised an ale for the first time. And it's very frothy, but it has a bit of an otherworldly flavor, so to speak. And some folks who have tried it do say that when they have drunk it, they have seen visions of the next life, the other world, ghostly spirits. But of course I do try to infuse the spirits of the dead into my beverages.
Spooky. Sounds very otherworldly.
Yes, that is the idea.
Mm.
What about you? What would you bringing to the table?
Well, I have two projects. One of them is for the ones who don't partake in the hard stuff. It's a mild one, so to speak. But my main product, my bestseller, as you can probably say, my flagship product is called Wild Brew. Basically, whenever you drink it, it tastes a little bit different for everyone else, but let's just say that it can either be mischievous or advantageous.
How
Effects that
very,
happen.
how very cryptic. Well, color me intrigued. Well, what kind of brewing process do you use? What flavors? And you say it's a different flavor for everyone?
Mm-hmm.
How do you achieve that?
Originally, I had a very limited product, but since then, I've decided that it was a lot more effective to use a mothering aspect.
and then she just kind of pulls out like the mother of the wild brew in this kind of large mason jar, the whole SCOBY stuff and everything. So
This is the original, but with each one, it has its own wee taste. It's a little bit fizzy from time to time. Some people don't find it fizzy. Some people find it, can be sweet, can be a little bit more alcoholic. But at the moment, it's kind of a bit more of a gestation kind of process I do now. Before I used to dab in a bit of this, a bit in that, but my next flavour I'm hoping to infuse in there, or at least have like a limited edition one, is I want to make some Moon Lotus edition as kind of like a dedication to my other furry friend here. And then maybe, we were thinking maybe doing baking goods and other lines, but samples if you guys want to try it.
Well, I think it would be. I mean, after an introduction like that, I mean, we could absolutely be open to trying some. Just one question before we do.
Of course.
What is it you are looking for by joining the Brewmasters Guild? Like, what do you wish? What's your goals and aspirations for this wild brew?
Well, like anyone, any kind of new entrepreneur, I'd like to meet new people, gain some contacts, learn a bit more, improve my product, but also I just want everyone to experience the best kind of thing they can with my drink. I mean, the great thing about it is that it's a different experience for everyone. You don't have the same experience each time. And, yeah, I just kind of want everyone to know about my drink. And, you know, having a few coin on the side is always quite a beneficial one, you know.
Everyone sort of chuckles at that. Elara says, and the, you say that it has interesting effects upon the consumption. Have these been safety tested?
Yes, me and my team have been kind of our own guinea pigs, I suppose, whenever we have it. And I've been the main one. Because originally, when I was kind of like toying with it, when me and my girlfriend, you know, my gal pal, and then my actual, yeah, she was my girlfriend. We tried, you know, improved on it every so often, and we kind of safety tested it in that way. But yeah, it's been safety tested by us.
And what were the... Was it all perfect from the get-go? Were there any negative side effects that people should be aware of?
Oh, well, you know, that would be spoiling the surprise. There's some stuff that is good, some stuff that's a little bit cheeky. Like, at one point, I think I had am I right in saying that I had a shell grow in my back, guys? Like, you know, things like that. At one point, my ex-girlfriend showed up and we all had a nice wrestling match. Yeah, some good things and some not so fun things.
You see,
exes aren't fun.
You see, Belgrim, Elara, and Zephyr all look very confused at this point. Gwyneth is now sat, head in hands, like upon hearing the bit about having a turtle shell on your back, because he's like, interesting. Do continue. This sounds rather wonderful. Because the rest of them look a bit weirded out.
Why don't you try it? It's a little bit like the mystery muffins.
You'll just have to try it.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check. And you have your D4 of guidance and you have a D6 of bardic inspiration.
Actually, I'm going to use my Rhódania D20 for the first time. Okay. I'm using inspiration.
Okay.
Okay, so that's an 18, 19, 23.
23. Okay. So you see them like quietly discuss amongst themselves for a minute or two. And then eventually Belgrim stands back up and says, well, I suppose a leap of faith may be required. We are a little concerned about the possibility of side effects, but if I'm honest, we are desperate to be recognized as a guild, so we would love to try some of your delicious wild brew.
We could try it with you as a gesture of good faith.
What? Frike, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say this is a joyous occasion. We've had a good gig. We're all making friends here. Let's all have a wee sup.
And she kind of like takes her tankard out, starts pouring, you know.
It can be rather exciting. I would recommend that we do it outside.
That
Yes,
fills
exactly.
me with...
We've got the fresh air. We've got the stars.
a beautiful night.
Okie dokie. Let's. Okay. Let's go, friends. So they follow you outside. You distribute the little shots of wild brew, and they're unsure at first, but they do take some. Who else is having one? So Feronia,
Connor's
Frike.
gonna make
Oh, that's cocked.
Connor's gonna make up from his like recuperation period and take a swing.
Okay. What about you, Reese?
Reese will have a mild brew.
Okay. Cool. So,
27.
okay, so 27 for Frike. Let's have a look here. Where is the monk table? Okay, amazing. So, we'll say that all these effects happen at once for everybody. So, Frike, for the next 8 hours, you take the sip, and this sudden rush, it's like a tingly sensation, just fills your entire body and then vanishes. And you're not sure what's happened. And then you look and you realize that for the next 8 hours, you have a bushy skunk tail.
Ah,
And you mechanically have disadvantage on all your persuasion checks for the next 8 hours.
Ah, okay.
fine, if in doubt, you can just spray on them.
I was gonna say, who's female Pepe Le Pew again? I could work with this.
Yes.
Well, technically, I'm a cat,
Penelope.
so.
Frike Le Pew. Okay. So that's yours. Carl, Feronia?
I got
37.
35.
Ooh. So we'll do Connell's first. Let's have a look here. Was it 37?
37.
I love how
Oh,
you're
wow.
just vibing right now to the music.
Oh god, this is okay. It's similar.
Oh no.
So you take a swig and you get the same like pins and needles-y kind of feeling, and it just rushes to the front of your head. For the next 8 hours, you now have a large frog ear on your forehead. Mechanically, it means you cannot be surprised.
Wait, what does a frog ear look like?
I think it's just a hole.
Like a little hole.
Like a weird third eye.
Guys in the
Frog's
chat,
ear.
if you know what a frog's ear is, do let us know. Hopefully, it's not a euphemism.
Oh.
A frog does not have an
All right.
external ear. Google says.
I mean,
Okay.
the first thing that came up for me in images was that. So
Oh god. Okay,
Sounds about
So-
right.
well, for the sake of brevity, we'll just say a green ear.
kind of that.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a
Ooh.
flap.
Yeah.
So you have a flap on your forehead.
Cool.
Okay. Cool. Feronia, yours was a 35, correct?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm going to ask you to re-roll because we've had this one before, and I don't like repeating stuff.
49.
Plus it's-
So how long did
8 hours.
8 hours? Cool.
Sorry, what was that again, Feronia?
49.
49. Oh. Okay, this is interesting. It's a good thing that you're outside. So this says you may use all plants and fungi within 100 feet of you as origins for your line of sight for the next minute. So if you see a plant that's 100 feet away, you can see from it, basically. So your vision is like mega right now. Like the world has opened up.
Oh my god. Are there any around me? I know it's the tree.
I mean, you're outside, so yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I see everything.
Pretty much. Okay, so
yeah.
that's you guys. Reese, you have a swig of the mild brew and it's very nice and nothing happens.
What does it taste of today? That's the question.
Ah, yes.
It tastes like lemons today.
Zesty.
Zesty. Okay, so I will now roll for these guys. So,
Oh,
Brewmaster
dear.
Belgrim. Let's have a look here. Where's my D100?
Please, nothing too bad.
Please, no Wormley.
No
Okay.
No dragon.
Monster
No
free.
siren.
Oh, this is interesting. So, he rolled a 78. So, for the next 8 hours, again, 8 hours, he knows the name and location of all constructs within a mile.
Rosie.
I mean, Rosie is
That's one.
within the vicinity, so that's one for sure. So, like, yeah, that's him.
Rosie, for sure. Alright, guys.
Oh, yeah, RFS. Forgot about that.
Next, we have Alara, I believe. Yes, Alara. So let's roll for Alara. 45. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna save that one.
Oh,
for now.
no.
Zephyr rolls a 20. So I'm
Wow.
gonna- let's
Oh,
have
wait.
a look.
Never mind. I forgot it's D100s.
Okay.
20 is pretty low.
So a 20 for him. Basically, this doesn't have any outward effects, but for him, for the next 10 minutes, any ability check that he rolls, anything above a 15 is considered a 15. So he can't roll better than a 15 for the next 10 minutes, which may or may not come up. And then we
Holy
have
shit.
Gwyneth rolls a 78. Again, something that won't really come into play, but for the next minute, she can use Heighten Spell and Quicken Spell, and they each only cost 1 sorcery point. That's amazing. It's a shame you're not fighting this thing right now, because that would be very cool.
Right now.
Yeah.
No, what did Alara do? Do we have a dragon? Do we have to fight?
So
She becomes
Hit-
a dragon.
So here's what happens. All these effects take place at once. And you see everyone react. And, everyone seems to enjoy it and, feel somewhat bolstered. Ilara immediately reaches her hand to her mouth and looks like she's going to puke. And she runs off across the road, like to some bushes. And you hear her absolutely hurl her guts up.
She got a bad batch, I think.
She did, and in fact, I need to roll to see how bad.
Jesus, Pat.
Oh, not great. So she doesn't take any damage, but after she's finished puking up, she looks a bit horrified, and you can hear the sound of sizzling as she has puked acid in a 60-foot line. Which is why she ran over to the bushes. Thankfully, there were no people or creatures in that area. She managed to get over there just in time. But she is horrified, and she comes storming back over. You tried to poison me. How dare you?
Technically, the brew tried to poison you, but it also depends on what your mood's like.
You
So really,
said
you
this
tried
had...
to poison yourself.
You said
So
this
that
had
means
been...
you secretly don't love yourself.
Excuse me. First of all, you said this had been safety tested. Oh, this is horrendous. I would ask to speak to your manager, but I assume you are the manager.
Yes, Karen.
Oh,
That is not my name. How
Yeah,
dare
you're just
you?
acting like one, so I assumed that was your name now.
Years in retail, I've been wanting to say shit like that.
Uh,
I have
what-
no idea.
Fronia, what's your AC?
Let's have a look. It's 14, but technically I have, I think it's +1 or +2 because my primordial pouch. Am I right?
It's a +1, but it's already included in that.
Included, so 14.
14. Okay. So she steps up to you, like gets down on your level, and then whoosh, just smacks you across the face with a full open-handed palm slap. Doesn't do any damage, but it stings. And she storms off.
Wow! There's no need for that.
Connell's chasing after this bitch.
She tried to poison me.
Listen,
God.
I was
Puked acid for 60 feet.
I was
How
a
is that
full
poison?
How
You're
is it
still
not
alive.
poison?
You're still alive.
Yes, because of my incredible fortitude.
I
If you
think
wanna
need
see
a lesson
acid-
in alchemy.
If you want to
There's a
see
difference
acid, I'll
between
show you
poison and
acid.
You know what? You know what? Belgrim, you can take your little Brewmaster's Guild and you can shove it up your ass. And she storms off.
It's a good thing that she's gone because she never brewed anything. She only made wine.
Yeah, but we're also... We've lost a member, so now we've got even more work to do to be recognised as a guild.
But it sounds like there's a seat at the table. And she'll kind of push Feronia forward.
I mean, I really enjoyed the drink, so I was going to offer you a seat anyway. So, it's yours if you want it.
Please.
Very
There isn't a
well.
membership fee or anything, is there?
No, we haven't got enough members to even consider charging people for it. We're literally just getting started, so we can talk about that another time. It's still early days. But today's been a day. I need to figure out what we're going to do about that. Are you staying in town? Are you heading off anywhere, or?
Well, we are planning to go to Zundanarg for a wee while.
Oh, are you heading there for the tournament?
In fact, I'm sponsoring. Wild Brew is sponsoring.
We were
Connell here.
we were looking to do the same thing. Could we maybe do it as a Brewmasters Guild sponsorship?
Yes, but we need a proper name for the Brewmasters Guild, like an actual flashy name or something.
Yes, that's a very good idea. Well, so here's the plan. We were going to go to Zundanarg to the tournament, so perhaps we'll meet you there when the tournament is about to begin, and then we'll come up with a name and we'll make that our official launch. Hopefully by then we'll have pulled in some more members and have more numbers. And does that sound good to you?
Oh my god, yes. I mean, if you want to give me some business cards or something, I can, or sign up forms. I can try
absolutely.
and find some people on the way.
Just hand you a bag full of documentation of all different sorts and business cards and yeah.
Yay! Amazing. Oh, I'm so glad that Karen's out. You guys are the nice ones. She's a bitch.
Yes, she's yes. I can't disagree with you. The others start
Sorry,
chuckling.
I just say it as it is.
The others start chuckling and it's like, well, she is absolutely a bitch. Yes, it is. I'm glad to be rid of her and in better company, obviously.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask you something.
I forget what the tiefling's name was called.
The tiefling's name is Zephyr.
Zephyr, I know you're like a cocktail conjurer. My friend Connell and I, we tried making a cocktail with, back on a skyship with the brew. I was wondering, do you fancy doing some sort of like crossover collab? Like, create a cocktail with the brew and we can work on it together?
My dear, I am from the city of Inyeth. It is in our nature to collaborate with other individuals on a multitude of different things. Projects, businesses, dreams, aspirations, physical intimacy, you name it, we like to collaborate. So, yes, absolutely.
Excellent.
Take a big gulp.
Well, I would like to. I would like to collaborate, please, and on all levels.
Absolutely. We can discuss this further at the tournament. If that is going to be our big launch, then yes, so be it.
Can't wait. Yes, brilliant. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna go sit down now.
Yes, I think we're
A
going.
mushroom.
We're going to go retire for the evening. We've had quite a day. But friends, a successful opening meeting for the Brewmasters Guild. Huzzah!
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 And they make their way out of the tavern. They appear to be staying elsewhere in town.
Guys, we did it. Thank you so much for helping me out. This is like one of my, well, since I can remember, which hasn't been that long ago, one of my greatest dreams. And in dedication to you all, I want to create a cocktail, with each of you involved, like different flavors and styles. Like, yeah, that's what I want to do.
Be fun.
If you guys want to, yeah.
Yeah?
She'll ask Connell and say, are there any rules about what happens when heroes get drinks named after them? Is that how you know you've done it?
It's never really crossed my mind before, but you know what? When I'm in the big leagues, there's bound to be at least a couple things named after.
Fronia,
Yeah.
make me a perception check. Given your WoW Magic Surge, I'm going to give you advantage on this.
Thank God. That is a 14.
A 14, okay. So you find yourself, unknowingly, I'm gonna say that it feels like it's not that you can see from these different points of view, but you have the awareness as if you were looking. And, as you're heading back towards the tavern, something in the back of your mind says that you've noticed something in the distance. You're not quite sure what it is, but it feels weird, and it's pointing off in the direction away from town.
Okay. Is there a tree I can climb to get a better vantage point?
There's the old oak tree, which still has the ropes hanging down from it, which would definitely make it easy.
I'm gonna make an attempt. I'm gonna try and climb as high as I can.
The tree is your vantage point. The tree, you get the thing where you can look through at plants.
But it's only for a minute, isn't it? So I'm assuming that it would be done
Oh,
by
is
the
it?
time I climb it.
It's winding up about this time. You just got this feeling just as it was ending,
Okay.
because you were
Well.
distracted with the conversation and stuff.
Gonna climb that tree, yo.
Okay. With the ropes hanging down, you don't need to roll for it. It's easy enough. You get up, scurry up to the top of the tree, and you look off in the direction that you have this feeling. And you're not sure what it is, but it looks like there's just something shining. And it's like a vibrant purple glow. Very unnatural.
Does it seem familiar to me, or would I have seen anything like this?
Make a history or an arcana check, your choice.
History. Oh, okay, so that's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Doesn't seem familiar, but it definitely seems unnatural. The rest of you have just seen Feronia just like stop, look a bit strange, and then scurry up this tree.
How far ahead of it is it?
It's about 150 feet.
Okay, maybe a bit too far. Okay.
Frike.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually use my sending stone to call you rather than just shout across.
Oh, okay. She'll grab it.
Uh-huh.
I need you to do me a favor. There's some dodgy shit going on ahead. Over. Can you potentially do your zoomy zoom appear out of nowhere? Or do some sneaky shit and go maybe scurry ahead and see what it could be. It doesn't look right.
Okay. I could go check it out. Like, she'll just probably ask, like, what direction, like, because she'll be, like, pointing, and is it that way?
Yeah, give or take. Like, if you see a purplish glow, you're way too close. Don't get too close to it. It sounds like, well, it's pretty dangerous. Just be careful. It's not... I'm not
okay.
entirely sure. Just be very careful.
I'll see what I can find out.
Okay. Love you, Mummy.
Love you too. So 150 feet, that's she'll turn to Connell and Wreath and just kind of relay what Feronia has said, and so it's that way, but it looks pretty far. If I go ahead, do you guys want to, like, follow behind me? Or does one of you want to stay with Feronia?
I will stay with Rhódania. I don't think it'd be smart to split.
Okay.
No worries. I'll have your 6.
Okay. Then we're off. I think gonna walk about, like, 75 feet,
Okay.
and maybe try and be stealthy.
Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Connell's gonna kind of place his hand on the earth and use passive like trace. So you see, like, as we get up and as we're starting to take steps, instead of our footstep making noise, the earth kind of like molds with our feet as we're walking, so there's like no noise.
Excellent. So stealth check with a +10.
Ooh, perfect. That's a 25.
25. Okay.
Oh, there's another 20.
Natural 20.
That's a 30.
A 30. Folks,
Fuck me.
Well, a
Get
30,
those-
a 31.
a 31. Folks,
Yo.
get those nat 20 emotes spammed in the chat.
I did some 11s.
Okay. So, Frike and Connell moving about 75 feet forward. halfway. Feronia, are you staying up in the tree?
Is Reese down the bottom of the tree, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Is the tree kind of like in the middle of like a courtyard, I'm guessing? It's not anywhere near like a roof?
It's just like at the side of the road, and like the opposite side of the road to where the tavern is.
Okay. I'm going to climb down the tree and myself, I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace on me and Reese.
Okay.
As you know, as a just in case. And I'm just gonna climb up onto his shoulder and just kind of say in his ear, I'm like, I'm really, really worried. Like, I've recognized it, but it doesn't seem like a good idea that it should get any closer. So I don't know if you want to go as well, but we can flank it from a different direction. What do you think?
Before I answer DM, which way did Ilara go?
The opposite direction.
Opposite direction. Okay. I wish there was a way for us to go like above.
What, like in the sky or?
Roof hopping.
That's what I was thinking, but like I couldn't really see very much because I'm quite small, but
Probably not. Is there like a little magical store that has like a broom of flying in the window?
If there is, it's not open at this time. It's kind of like midnight-ish at this point.
Let's go thieving!
I was about to say it doesn't need to be.
Pass Without a Trace!
I mean, if you want to take this time and break into a store, that's up to you.
let's do some thieving. I'll leave the money, for it, or an IOU or something.
I don't think we have the money for that. Okay, let's go follow at a little bit of a distance. But
Okay. So I'd like both of you to make stealth checks and add a +10.
17.
17.
Oh, wait.
27.
19, sorry.
A 19 and a 27. Okay. So the group split into two, fanning out, slowly approaching. Connell and Frike, you reach the halfway point, and you begin to see from your vantage point just this glowing purple light in the distance through the trees and the leaves. It does look very odd, very out of place.
Would it look familiar to Frank at all?
Can make a history or arcana check if you like.
Ew. Oh, neither are
Well,
very
that's
good.
good on
but I'm gonna give it a shot.
Connell's just gonna study what's going on with the purple light or around the purple light.
You can make me a perception check, Connell.
That's an 11.
An 11. It looks out of place. It doesn't seem like anything you've seen before.
Then maybe looking for any like signs of life around the light, like if it's drawing anyone in.
Not that you can see with an 11.
That was a 15 in perception.
15, okay. You don't notice anything in the immediate vicinity. You take a wider look round at the area, and since your passive is a 19, I will give you, as you're looking around, you see in the further off distance another glowing purple light.
Does there seem to be like a connection between the two, or do we see like? So do we just see like a floating light, or is it like connected to anything?
There's just a purple glow from this particular point, and you see a dimmer one further away, off in a different direction. That's as much as you can make out.
What about that second one, Frank?
I could go closer to that one. I'm not sure. Weapons at the ready?
I'm always at the ready.
Yeah. She'll pull out her vicious battle axe.
Okay. You ready your weapons, unsure of what lies ahead of you. Rhódania and Reese, you slowly approach your friends in the distance. You now start to notice this other glow off in a different direction, and instinctually you look around further, and there's another one in the far distance, and another one.
Oh.
Do they look familiar at all to me? Like the light, the style, the magic?
You can make a history or arcana check.
Um, 21.
21, okay. It doesn't look familiar. But something about it that you can't quite put your finger on, just for some reason unconsciously makes you think back to the divine barrier around Galea. You're not sure why, but that's where your thought process leads you to when you really study it. It doesn't look like that barrier. There's something about it that's in the back of your mind. You're not quite sure how to interpret it.
Rhódania, it reminds me of the barrier around Galea. At least the magic does.
If it's the same thing, then what's it doing here?
I don't think it's the same thing. The divine barrier was incredibly big. It protected an entire isle. This is much smaller. How far out are we from the nearest one?
From the nearest one, at this point, as you've caught up to your colleagues, I'll say about 70 feet.
Connell's been eaten by plants.
Nom nom.
He's been swallowed by the void.
Concentration. Okay.
The only one swallowing here is me. Wait, what?
I don't trust it. I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on Rhódania.
Oh, pal.
Okay.
Which increases your AC by 2 for the duration, for the next 10 minutes.
Good to know. Do make a note of that.
Plus 2 AC, alright.
Okay. I'm
So-
gonna start walking. If I see everyone, I'm gonna start like carefully walking ahead.
So you continue walking forward. Everyone else doing the same?
Yeah.
Well, I'm on Reese's shoulder, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did we regroup?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yep.
All right. So you cautiously approach. The glow getting brighter as you get nearer. You get maybe within 30 feet. And at this range, it's quite bright. Not quite to the point where you have to shield your eyes, but it's getting there. And as you get within 30 feet, suddenly it fizzles out.
I look around. Does another one appear?
No, but you look around to where the other ones were, and just in the faint distance where you can see them, they all go out. The next thing that happens is that the ground starts to quake. The earth rumbling beneath your feet. Not knocking you off your balance, but the sound gets loud. It sounds like a thunderstorm has appeared out of nowhere, but you look up and you see a clear sky. And it's about that time where the glowing lights turn and they get brighter and brighter and brighter, and then suddenly they are smothered by a wall of black fog that stretches up, up and up, right up into the sky. You look back instinctually to where the other lights were, and walls continue to rise up and eventually form a dome. A massive dome. You can't see through this wall. It's like the thickest and worst storm you've ever encountered.
Are we inside the dome?
You are inside the dome. And wind picks up. It's like being inside a hurricane. And you have to hold on to each other, the ground continuing to quake, though there's no movement in the ground, there's no breaking apart in the ground, but it feels like the entire world is shaking.
Connell is going to quickly pull his convenient 50 feet of hempen rope out of his inventory, wrap it around his waist, and throw the other end of it to Reese, and he's just gonna link on to Frank.
Okay.
He's holding on.
Fronia, get under my cloak.
You listen back to Assailant, and you hear screaming from the townsfolk. You hear the
My new
sound of
pals!
breaking glasses, cracking wood. After a few moments, you see in the high winds that have picked up, you see a segment of a horse and cart just go past in the air. It's like being inside
Everybody
the
get
eye
low.
of a hurricane.
Get low, get.
I just keep thinking of Wizard of Oz, I'm sorry.
And then
Ugh.
all of a sudden the winds just stop. Like stop dead. In an instant it goes from a gale force wind to nothing. The cart in the distance drops to the ground. You hear the screams start to settle down, though there is definitely panic coming from the village. The dome of this black fog remains. And then eventually, it just dissipates. And the first thing that you notice is a bitter, intense, cold wind. You look past the tree line. You're somewhere else.
No. No.
You look
No,
past
you're
the
not.
tree line and you see a vast, icy, snow-covered expanse. As snow begins to fall around you. And as you try to process whatever has just happened, we pull away from this scene as we finish tonight's session. And as always, we have a little post-credits scene as we return to Rhódania, to the place where Assailant was. On the other side of that fog barrier, as the fog lifted, there is now just a crater. The village of Assailant no longer there.
Thank you so much.
And we see a figure stood by the crater in long purple and golden robes, hands placed together at their chest. And we just hear laughter. Laughter that builds and gets louder before they vanish. And that is where we'll finish for tonight. So, friends, you all look so pleased.
It was Alara, that bitch.
Is this Demethrin like shit starting now with us? Are we having the Demethrin, the darkest timeline?
I mean, no, we already destroyed Demethrin. That already happened. Like, no. I guess I can let you know if you didn't already figure it out. You may have just been at the center of a reconvergence event.
I knew it. Sorry.
I didn't consent to that, Patch.
No.
Well, we can't gift of gab this, motherfucker.
I don't have that skill.
So,
Greg's just wondering if this is karmic justice for missing Father's Day or some shit.
yeah, that's the whole plot point of this campaign.
So what you're saying is we're not Rhódania anymore?
You know.
This really is a Wizard of Oz situation.
Yeah, I'm looking at the map, and the only snowy part of the map.
You may rip that map down because apparently we're not there.
Well, all I will say to you, Bridget, is if you look particularly at that map, it does say the known realm of Rhódania.
We're in the unknown realm.
Oh, okay. So we're in the upside down?
Into the unknown.
So, my dear friends, as we finish tonight, obviously on the verge of something quite big.
Yeah, I just had my brewing guild, didn't I? That was the
You
verge of
did.
something big.
So that's cause for celebration. You leveled up,
You
guys.
have to keep them alive now, though. We'll level up.
Yeah.
Yeah! Let's go! Let's go!
Yes.
Yeah, I thought I'd give you a level up. Why not?
Oh, hell yeah.
We're gonna need it, which means we're gonna fight some big bads, guys. But like,
Well,
fuck yeah.
Would I do that?
Let's go!
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, you would.
I was like thinking like maybe this little like plot line, like 2 or 3 sessions time after we fight something, we get a level up, but we get a level up before it. Let's go!
You do. So there you go. Friends, let us go around the table. Please, if you'd be so kind, reintroduce yourselves, plug anything you've got to plug, and give us your favourite moment from tonight's session. Starting with Rhódania.
Hello, I am Mai, aka Mai the Pirate. I'm pissed off. I played Rhódania, our feisty, chaotic kitty circle stars feely straight. You can find me on social media as Myrit the Pirate or Myrit Pirate on Twitter. You can find me on Twitch and YouTube and all that fun places. And also on Wednesday nights, I play Jimothy Brassfangs III, our not-so-eloquent College of Eloquence Kitsune Bard, in the Wildman Chronicles here at QuestJunkiesUK. I remembered!
You remembered!
And my favourite moment. I mean, the slight change of heart of us potentially going a robbing would have been fun. But there was a few. So I really enjoyed the whole performance stuff, but the fact that I finally got to like face my own Karen, finally. No longer in retail, but I finally got to tell her to fuck off, basically. Just what I've always wanted to say.
Please don't forget, as Phoenix has just mentioned in the chat, what's happening next week?
And next week, Saturday, isn't it? Next Saturday.
Yes. Not this Saturday, next Saturday.
Next Saturday. I will be making my debut in the Owakiverse over at Phoenix Owaki in light of the Zaraxus Spelljammer campaign, which I'm so excited. And we have our lovely Pat Shoes included in that, as well as some other lovely faces. So I'm just like, oh my god, so excited, but also like terrified at the same time. So
I mean,
look
come
out
on.
for that, folks.
It's only very likely that we're going to run into space clowns. You don't need to be terrified.
Stop it. Stop it.
There's nothing wrong with space clowns. They're so fun
think
once you
I'm-
get to know them.
I just think a loose goose now do that voice.
But yes, very, very excited for the Light of Zaraxus over on Phoenix Owaki. I will be promoting the shit out of that over on our social medias and on the Discord. Also working on an intro sequence for that, as I often do for Phoenix Owaki, so keep a lookout for that as well. Very excited. Thank you so much. Colin, we're going to see.
Hello, I am Patrick, aka Patchins. I sometimes draw art, but Monday nights I play the Shield of the Wyld Ones, but I protect all of you in the chat as well. I play Colin McGinnis, Earth Genasi Runai Fighter. Well, what a session. I really enjoyed the little hook there towards the end. That was give me that. After a session of just sticking around, that's a good shit. But no, everybody's combined. I actually know. You know what? My favorite part of the session was Reese calling me out at the very beginning.
That was amazing. That was.
The panic dropped. The panic dropped. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, that was perfection. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Frank.
hello, everyone. I am Brigitte. I play Frank the Wave, the Long Death Shatterkai Monk. Forgot to say that at the beginning. So...
Nope. Oh dear. I appear to have lost everybody. Oh! I don't know if my connection's just dropped.
Hello?
Hello?
I think I'm back.
Hello?
I don't know what happened there.
That was weird. Everyone froze for me as well. That was weird.
Yeah.
And then I looked over the stream and you were like,
Yeah, we got to your introduction of, you know, Wade Along Death, and then it stopped.
Well,
wave along the
okay.
Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll say it again for fun. My favorite part was the going from the Wall of Death mosh pit to the wall in Westeros, apparently, or the Upside Down, wherever we are.
No.
Yeah. Also,
Oh. Oh my god, what's going on with my internet? Okay, this is interesting. What's going on with the call? Oh jeez, there's lots of ping. I guess it is for the VOD squad only, because it's recording. Okay, this is interesting. So for those of you listening to the VOD right now, Discord is telling me that our last ping on the Discord call was 5,000 milliseconds. That's a lot. So that's interesting. Okay, so yeah, I guess it's over to me. So yeah, that was Frike. Frike will be guest GMing for our one shot of Vampire the Masquerade, as we mentioned earlier. Oh, something's happening. What's happening? Are we on? Hello? Can you hear me? Oh dear. I might. Oh, we're back! We're back! I think we might be back. Hello? Are you there?
Hello? Hello?
This is going to be so weird for the people watching the VODs, because that recording will be absolutely fine. It just has me ad-libbing a load of shit.
It's fine. We just got caught in the reconvergence, like chat says. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is the great reconvergence.
Very
It
meta.
screws up every timeline in every reality. So yeah. Thanks for sticking with us if you're still here. Reese, try and quickly get through before the reconvergence destroys us again.
Okay, cool. I'll talk really fast. I'm Wyatt. I play Reese on tonight's. You can find me on the Moonkeep across pretty much everything except Twitter, because I don't do Twitter. Really quick, put in whether or not I should level up as cleric or as bard, because I have no clue. And then nothing to plug, except if you're going to be at Convergence in Salt Lake City, Utah, in the first weekend of May, I will be there. I'll see you guys there. Okay, that's me.
I mean, maybe that's where you ended up, at Convergence. It is called Convergence after all.
No, that's true. That's true.
Favorite moment?
Oh yeah, we have favorite moments, huh? Let's see. I like how heated I got when Fronia was slapped.
Yeah. That was very, like, I knew there would be some reaction. I didn't think it was going to be that much.
Bitch, man. What?
I was legitimate thinking about, like, okay, I want to roll to see if I, like, know where she went, like, if I can follow her, because I would have followed her that night should nothing else have happened.
Mm-hmm.
I love Reese.
done some stuff.
So protective. Despite the
My boy.
fallouts, you know, it's just... Yeah. It's like the ultimate buddy cop movie.
But just like siblings, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I
Looks
am
like I'm
Patch,
working hard.
your ever humble dungeon master / convergence creator / slayer of Discord, apparently. You can find me here all the time. Also over on QuestJunkiesUK, where I play every other Friday in the Centis Tyranny campaign as Kellen Stuggrove, the sassy yet classy Order of Scribes Kalish Wizard, and every other Saturday now, as of next week, where I will be playing a new character who you'll get to meet then. But I'm very excited to be going into space alongside Myrick the Pirate as the call goes again. Of course it does. Okay, so... Well, this is fun. My favourite moment is... do I want to say it just for the VOD people only, or do I want to wait until it makes itself better? I don't know. This is odd. Okay, let me just see if I can bring some life back to it. Oh, this is fun. Isn't it just? Okay, we're gonna call it a do now. Oh boy. Oh, maybe we're back. It looks like maybe. I think so. Grim is casting Revivify. Ah! This is going to be really interesting for the people listening to the podcast version and watching the VOD. Appreciate it if you're still watching and listening.
Yeah.
Just getting little glimpses breaking through. Okay. Gonna wrap things up now, folks. Thanks for watching. All the love to you, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Hi.
Oh, you came just in time to say goodbye. Ah, bye-bye.
Right.